All right. Hi, everybody. Hi, welcome in. Week 2. Hello. What's up, E-Man? How you doing? I don't know if it's E-Man or E-Man. Hi. Hi, everybody. A little bit different today. I know the background is a little different. I don't have my desk pulled out. A little bit of a rush today. This Friday was kind of nuts. What's up, Bro Cal? What's up, Angie? Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I do still have the fireplace. And I'm on StreamYard, so like things are opposite that they're supposed to be. So I apologize for that. So yeah, you guys. Oh my God, week 2. Can you even believe it? I can't. This is what it's going to be like every week. It's going to be like, oh my God, can you believe it's week 2? Oh my God, can you believe it's week 3? And we're just going to keep going like that. I do apologize. I was a few minutes late. Dinner ran a little bit longer than, normal. Tony says hello. Hi, Tony. How you doing? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I have 2 earrings in. That happens to me a lot. It looks like I have fishing lures in, but that's all good. What's up? What's up, Evan? Thank you guys so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. So I'm a little, I don't know. I don't have like too many notes for y'all because normally what I like to do is look at defenses and how many fantasy points they've allowed, which kind of gives me a better gauge of who the starts and the sits should be. But right now what we're doing is we're looking at 2019 and we're looking at the first basically week of play, if you will. And really not a lot is super apparent. What's up, Troy? Troy King. Hey, everybody. Hey. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. So I'm just going to pull up the NFL schedule here really quick. I have both of my monitors on, so when I look away from the screen, sorry. Like I said, I didn't really get a huge chance to set up my office prior to this, so I apologize. But how did everyone do week 1? I did okay. I mean, I think I was like a 60% win. But for all of you who already know this, in one of my leagues, I have like a star-studded wide receiving core. I have Michael Thomas, Chris Godwin, Kenny Golladay, all hurt. Yeah. So that was no fun. And I got my butt whooped in one of my leagues, but I'm in a lot. Troy, you also won 6 out of 10, 60%. Well done, my friend. If everyone hasn't gotten a chance to follow my buddy Troy, Troy, put your handle there in the comments. And then make sure you, because I don't have it like right handy in front of me, so I apologize. But everyone follow Troy King. He's super cool, a good friend of mine. Even though he's mild-mannered and smooth, even though he thinks that's an insult, it's not. I promise. I'm telling you that you're Rico Suave. I like it. And okay, so you lost by 2. Angie, you won 5 out of 7. Well done. And let's see. Oh, Connor. Oh man, I know. So UNC Phillips, 1964. Connor killed you. I know. James Conner is going to be a thorn in everyone's side moving forward, especially with the usage of Benny Snell. So, and he's actually expected to get independent usage regardless of it if James Conner is healthy. So now we're looking at another running back by committee, which it seems almost every single team right now is a running back by committee, except for like the Panthers. You know, it's hard. I mean, and the Cowboys, of course, and the Giants. I get it, but I mean, that's really tough. That I don't know what to do there. I think if you have James Conner, Benny Snell is a must roster. He looked better than James Conner. He also looked a lot better than Jalen Samuels. So that's just my 2 cents in on that. So go pick up Benny Snell. I've typed that a few times on accident because like I do Snell and then autocorrect will change it to smell. And I'm like, no, because he's not smelly. He's actually quite good. So I'm going to pull up the week 2 NFL schedule here. So for anyone who is joining me for the first time and you do not know what is going on right now, my name is Lauren. You guys can find me on social media at Stepmom Lauren. I am a fantasy football writer for The Fantasy Footballers for Fantasy Pros and also for Roto World. I write articles for all three outlets, and you can find all of my work on my website. It's stepmomlauren.com. I try to keep that updated every single time I have a new article come out. Every time I'm on a new podcast, I try to put that on the website as well. So go ahead and hit me up there. Don't Google it. It's not me if you Google it and something pops up that's inappropriate. It's not me. Okay, I'm the fantasy football stepmom, not the other one, just so you know. And just word to the wise here for anyone who is new and doesn't know, don't be an ass. Don't be pervy. Don't be an ass. Don't be rude. Don't be rude to others. Don't be rude to me. It'll get you blocked very quickly. That's just how I roll. I deal with positivity. I don't do negativity. So we're just a warning, just heads up, nothing personal. I just, I don't like that kind of stuff in my life. Benny Smell, I know, Troy. I do that a lot. All right, let me scroll back here through the comments, my friends. And again, if I miss a question, feel free to repeat. I don't mind that at all. If I miss it entirely, hit me up on the socials. I am far more responsive on Twitter than I am on any other media, and I'm terrible with Instagram. I'll just put that out there. I do words. I don't do pictures. So I'm learning very slowly. It's bad. All right, let's see. Let me scroll through here. What is up, Kevin? Thank you very much for joining. What's up? Not much. Working, doing the grind, which is fun. I enjoy what I do. So that's pretty exciting. All right. Mikael, I don't know if I'm saying that right either, but I'm just going to go with it. How are you doing? Thank you for joining me again. It's always good to see some friendly faces here. And does Seattle's defense look better, even if they let 3 100-yard receivers in one game? Guys, so tough. I am a big proponent of streaming defenses. So go ahead and do that. I mean, unless you have like the Ravens, which even then sometimes it's not so pretty. But yeah, the matchup is going to be dependent. And right now, until after we get past really like week 4, I don't really like to assign, they're terrible against running backs or they're terrible against pass catching running backs. I really want to see what happened in the offseason. And don't forget, these first 4 weeks are like preseason. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know. We didn't get to see like hardly any training camp. The reporters barely even knew what was going on. And when they did, they weren't allowed to say. So no preseason games mean these guys are just now taking like real life game reps. There's a lot that's going to be changing and evolving. So we all knew this was going to be a really weird season. Anyway, besides the fact that week 1 of the NFL is always weird, this is even weirder. So, if you guys did lose, don't worry about it. And keep your eye on these defenses. If you have enough room on your bench and you really believe in a defense, maybe you can roster 2, but remember that you don't necessarily need to keep 2 defenses. That's a little silly. You can always stream the position, but let's keep an eye on Seattle. I do like the pieces that they've added. And I think they're going to be really good matchup based, if that helps you. Mikael. I like saying that. I'm sure I'm doing the pronunciation totally wrong. And then Detroit, Beastie. What's going on, Chris? Hey, how are you? And then little X Chief. Galladay is killing you at the moment. I know, my friend. I'm going to put this up here because I agree, dude. In case you missed it at the beginning of the broadcast, I also have Galladay, and I have Chris Godwin, and I have Michael Thomas. What do? I have to pivot into so many different places that suck. So I'm like, that's nice. I went from like this super stud team to now garbage. And in case anyone is wondering, no, I did not do the RB0 approach. I'm in a 10-person redraft league where we score a lot of points for our quarterback. And when I say a lot of points, I mean their projections are usually 50 points a game, and they blow out projections if you have a good one. Up to, I've seen 99 points for a quarterback. That's just how our league goes. That's how our commissioner set it up, and it is super fun. However, it still doesn't change the fact that Kenny Galladay is hurt. If I could magically heal him for you, little chief, I would. Because I need it too. And that sucks. The pain is real. It's real. But hopefully it's not going to be for too long. That's a good thing. They're not out for the season, just a couple of weeks. So if you can find a way to stay competitive, get points when you can, get wins when you can, when these guys are back healthy, I think it's going to be pretty good for your lineup. But it just sucks waiting for that time to happen. All right, and let's see. Artie Hayes 6 says, I'm going to put this up here too. You got offered Zach Ertz for Nyheim Hines. No, I would not take that unless you are desperate at tight end. Again, trades are always weird because I don't know your team. I don't know what your team needs are. But on face value, I don't love it because Dallas Goedert is there. He gets a lot of targets. He also found the end zone last week. So I like Nyheim Hines. I think he's going to be sticking around. He's going to play kind of that Austin Eckler type role. I think that Phillip Rivers is going to target him, but we're also talking about Phillip Rivers here. So I would hold on to Nyheim Hines. And if he has another really, really big game, try to go for someone a little bit more studly. Or if this is a dynasty league, go for a 2021 draft pick for Nyheim Hines if you really need to move on from the position. But at face value, I don't love it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I hope that helped you, Artie Hayes. All right. I know Troy, Benny Smell. I'm terrible. I do it all the time. For people who already know me and have heard me do Fireside Friday, wind up Wednesdays before, I'm bad. It's what I do. It's okay. Like I said, I type things. I can always delete what I type. I can't delete what I say. It's, nature of the biz. All right, Justin, waiting on Sutton's health or bench him from Mike Williams. Oh, okay. You know what? I would actually play Mike Williams in this situation. Courtland Sutton is a game time decision. And last week, the litmus test for Sutton was if he could do 10 jumping jacks. Apparently he couldn't do that. So they sidelined him. But I mean, how weird is that? I mean, okay, Vic Fangio, if that's your way of making sure a player's healthy, okay, you do you. But if Sutton, let's say, does suit up and play, how involved is he going to be in the offense? How much are they going to be targeting him? Is he going to be more of a decoy? I'm pretty sure they want to keep him healthy season long. So Courtland Sutton still scares me unless I can see reports that he's practicing in full and doing fine. If so, you do have a good pivot here in Mike Williams, and they targeted Mike Williams often, and he made some great plays, which is what Mike Williams does. He's a beast. So in your position there, I think I might pivot to Mike Williams. But what do you guys think? Should he wait to see on Courtland Sutton health, or should he go ahead and pivot to Mike Williams? My vote is for Mike Williams. And then Polly Sleepers, thank you so much, Polly, for joining. Your second favorite mom. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I am doing wonderful. Stayed up super late last night, finishing my Roto World article, which is up on my website. But I love it because I love to write and I love writing about fantasy football. So I got to sleep in a little bit today. It was a busy day. I was supposed to go live earlier. I apologize, but someone was supposed to come and do our mulch for us. Then they didn't show up. Then they wanted more money. It was a hot mess. So I had to postpone until after dinner. So here we are in the evening on Friday. I hope you all are enjoying your Friday. And then what's up, Bob? Good to see you. Hold on. Sorry. This is skipping way around. So I apologize, guys, here. Do you like my earrings? Thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate you. Hold on. I just totally messed up my stuff here. What's up, Chris Molina? Long time no see, my friend. Derek Hines, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, so many wonderful people here. Yay. So exciting, Evan. Okay, hold on. What is my expectation on Russell Wilson? That's a nice little Ballers tribute right there. Russell Gage, Scotty Miller, and Eric Ebron. Out of all three of those, I like Scotty Miller the most. Tom Brady seemed to really like his slot receiver, as my friend Joe Zolo from Club Fantasy FFL. He is very funny, and he says he and both Tom Brady love their small white slot receivers, which proved to be true. Scotty Miller was targeted. He was productive. So I don't know if you have to pivot away from Chris Godwin, and I know Mike Evans is healthy again, but Scotty Miller, he did really good. So out of those three, I do like Scotty Miller the best. Second favorite is going to be Russell Gage in that offense as well. I really like Russell Gage in Atlanta. He was kind of a deep sleeper. Actually, not kind of. He was a deep sleeper coming into this year. He is someone I think you should stash. Julio Jones was questionable this week. That might have just been a veteran rest day, but always something to keep your eye on, especially until Hayden Hurst really gets involved and gets his feet underneath him in this Atlanta Falcons offense. I do like Russell Gage. So he's someone I think you should hang on to. And Eric Ebron's behind that. There's Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson. Vance McDonald is still there, who also got a reception, at least one, I think. I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention to Vance McDonald because he's Vance McDonald. But there's a lot of mouths to feed in that Pittsburgh offense. And I think on the pecking order, he may be a little bit down. And I was big on Chase Claypool, especially in dynasty formats. So he's not my favorite tight end. I would stream that position if you can. Pivot away from that, Evan. Hope that helps. All right. All right. So for Bob here, there we go. That's up there. Sorry about that. A little distracted. Okay. CJ Moore or Mike Williams. I'm assuming you mean DJ Moore. DJ Moore and Mike Williams, half PPR. Ooh, you know what? I am okay for upside. I'm going to go with Mike Williams on that one. Maybe a safer play would be DJ Moore, although he did not feel safe last week at all. But let me go ahead, guys. And if I ever struggle with a start and sit, I don't ever want to pretend like I know everything because I certainly don't. There are a lot of experts around in the field. So what I do is I rely on the Fantasy Footballers Start Sit tool, and I also use Fantasy Pros Start Sit tool. I always look at stardom sit-ems. For example, from Roto World, they have an excellent article there. My friend Adam Rank from the NFL Network, he also does the start sits this week too. Always just look at those and make your best educated guess that you can, and always go with your gut. So in this one, I'm kind of on the fence there, Bob. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at the Fantasy Footballers Start Sit. And we have half PPR. We're going to go DJ Moore and Mike Williams. Didn't Mike Williams look beastly? I mean, like, wow. He looked really good. I liked him in that game. Okay, so the Fantasy Footballers like DJ Moore better than Mike Williams. I mean, it's true. I mean, Mike Williams could be a little bit of a boom or bust, but he can get you some big bomb touchdowns. I think that's the only thing. But for safety here, I believe DJ Moore. That's what the Fantasy Footballers say too. But let's just double check. Let's go with Fantasy Pros here. Let's do DJ Moore and Mike Williams. And guys, I'm not always right. I mean, these guys aren't even right either. Like I said, this is educated guessing. This is how we roll. All right. And okay. And the Fantasy Pros also agrees in DJ Moore. So I don't know. I'm on the fence. I see you make your choice on that. I don't know. We'll see. I think that offense runs through Christian McCaffrey, but they have to throw the ball to somebody. And I think DJ Moore, he was hyped this offseason. So maybe throw him in. Who knows? I think it might be pretty good. Who are they playing? Ooh, Tampa Bay. Yeah. Tampa Bay has a really good run defense. Yes. Now it makes sense. Duh. Tampa Bay has a really good run defense. So Christian McCaffrey might struggle in the way that only Christian McCaffrey can struggle because he's Christian McCaffrey. So yeah, now that I see it, I am liking DJ Moore here because Mike Williams also plays against Kansas City. See, this is what I'm saying. Always look at defenses. All right, UNC Phillips, Saints or Ravens defense. I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with the Ravens. Yes, I'm going to go with the Ravens. Hang on. Who are the Ravens playing, y'all? Because I'm looking it up right now and I'm slow and my eyeballs are burning. Thank you very much, allergies. Looking. Man, my eyes are burning. Who are the Ravens play? Because I know the Saints play the Raiders, and I don't like that one. So I would say the Ravens either way. Adam Heim, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. And Kevin, your wife has a question. Traquan Smith or Sammy Watkins? Excellent question. I don't know. Sammy Watkins is the bane of my existence. I'm going to put this up here for your wife. Sammy Watkins is the bane of my existence. You guys, it feels like every week one, Sammy Watkins has this gigantic game. I mean, he did it in 2019. He scored like 3,000 touchdowns. I'm just kidding. He didn't. But he balled out, and then he was non-existent the rest of the year. So the two biggest targets that I saw in the Thursday night matchup with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans was a lot of Mecole Hardman, a lot of Demarcus Robinson too, I believe, and Sammy Watkins. That's not really what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing Travis Kelce. We're used to seeing Tyreek Hill. So I'm honestly, I'm not sure. But what I do know is that if Michael Thomas of the Saints sits, I think that Traquan Smith has a better opportunity than Sammy Watkins. Now that I say that, Sammy Watkins is going to ruin my life again and ball out. That's the best I can really give you. But that's what I think. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to help your wife out here too, because I want to make sure that I'm not totally being weird about this here. So I'm going to look this up on the Fantasy Footballers Start Sit tool. Sammy Watkins, and then Traquan Smith. Let's see what they have to say. Oh, ew, gross. They say Sammy Watkins, but honestly, it's not by much. I just can't. I can't do it. I personally can't do it. Tell your wife, go with her gut. I know that sucks. It's not really the greatest one. So let's see what Fantasy Pros has to say here too. If it's Sammy Watkins, I bet you it is. I bet you it will be. Traquan Smith is tough because he didn't really do much for fantasy last year. He was very boom or bust, and that was kind of tough. Okay, so 89 to 11% in half PPR. Start Sammy Watkins. Hold your breath. Take some Imodium and some Pepto, and hope for the best. Good luck to your wife. And then Troy, how would I order these tight ends? Let me put this up here too. All right, how would I order these tight ends? Jonnu, Hurst, or Goddard? Ooh, okay. I would go Jonnu Smith. Actually, I might just put him in the order that you have. Jonnu Smith, Hayden Hurst, and Dallas Goedert. But Hurst and Goddard, I might switch there. Those guys are so close that you're only talking about like literally one behind the other. But me personally, I think I would put this as Jonnu Smith, Hayden Hurst, and Dallas Goedert, because Zach Ertz is still there too, and there's a contract thing going on with them. So, ooh, that's tough. That's a really good question. That's a really good question. Right now, it's Jonnu, Hurst, Goddard, exactly like you have it. Thank you so much for giving that, Troy. I appreciate it. All right. And thank you, Chris, for liking my earrings. I know I said thank you already, but I'm going to say it again. All right. And what's up, Panthers? Okay, Chark or Will Fuller? This is so hard. Is there any way you can play both? Is my question. That's going to be my biggest question because I love both of them. DJ Chark is Gardner Minshew's favorite end zone target. I mean, come on. Wolf. I mean, LaVisca Chenault got involved. Let's go. But I might need a little bit of help on this one too. I have no problem looking at this stuff out, guys. I don't know the stuff off the top of my head when you have really good questions like this, because without DeAndre Hopkins, they did have to rely on Will Fuller, and he's healthy. So is now really the time to play him? I don't really know. But Will Fuller is the Houston Texans are going up against Baltimore Ravens. So yes, earlier question, go for the Ravens. So I would not play Will Fuller if you can pivot away, which it sounds like you can. So let's go DJ Chark. They're playing Tennessee. I don't like that either. But DJ Chark. I'm going to go Chark. DJ Chark. Yes, I'm going to stick with it. DJ Chark, PPR. Let's go. And then just in case it's not PPR, let's say it's standard. Let's see what the experts have to say about that, just to help you out. And it's Chark also. So go Chark. I like DJ Chark anyway. I'm so mad because I missed out on him on a lot of drafts, and it really upset me. And then Polly, let's get your question up here too, my friend. Are James Conner's ligaments made out of uncooked angel hair pasta? I think they're made, yes. Maybe they're al dente. Maybe they're al dente. But that's a really good question. I don't know. But maybe we should ask him. I'm not sure. Arsenal, hey, how are you? Hello. Long time no talk. I think it's been since last season. And then Little Chief, you saw OBJ get dropped in a league. Yes, classic rage drop. Go get him. Go get him. Go get OBJ. He is going to be boom or bust, but he's going to be matchup boom or bust. Kevin Stefanski is the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. He likes to run the football, and he likes to run the football a lot. And he has two of the best backs in the NFL in Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. So they're going to be running the ball a lot, which means they're going to be scheming. They're going to be stacking boxes, which leaves the wide receivers like Jarvis Landry, like OBJ, open to get long bomb fields. And remember, this is our second game, so no preseason games, not a lot of time to gel. Go pick up OBJ. Trade for him also. He had a huge game, I know. Wait until he has another stinker, then target him, and then you can really work him in on matchup base. I'm liking OBJ this year. Give it a little bit of time though. But yeah, classic rage drop. That's crazy. And then, oh, your wife has Kenny G and Godwin too. Oh, my heart goes out to her. She and I are kindred spirits. I feel her pain. That sucks. Chris Molina, let me put you up here, buddy. Paris Campbell or Darius Slayton as Kenny G's replacement? I would go Slayton on this one. I really like the chemistry that Daniel Jones has with Darius Slayton. But I'll tell you this, it's only by a hair. It is by a tiny itty bitty little mouse hair that I'm leaning Darius Slayton. But I really liked what he showed during the game. I worry about Phillip Rivers. So that's the only reason why I would just lean Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton. I love sound all Southern Slatin. I don't even know if that made any sense, but yeah, Darius Slayton for me on that one. But great question, and 2 really good picks, by the way. And then UNC Phillips, what we got here? You picked up Boyd and played him for Godwin. Not bad at all. But those garbage time points, right? I had Tyler Boyd starting in a lot of leagues because when AJ Green is on the field and healthy, Tyler Boyd does better than when he is a wide receiver 1, like we saw last year. He just does not create the kind of separation that he needs when he is the only wide receiver to target. Well, the wide receiver 1, I should say. So when AJ Green is on the field and healthy, and when he can connect with Baker Mayfield, that actually is better for Tyler Boyd. So if you have Tyler Boyd, don't panic. Don't worry about it. In fact, if you don't have Tyler Boyd and you need some wide receiver depth, target him. I think he's going to have a good year. I wrote about him in the offseason, and I really like where they're going. And I especially like Joe Burrow. He was super impressive. All right, let's see. And we've got Goddard has 31 targets. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know what to do. One of my really good friends has Zach Ertz and Dallas Goddard. What do you do? Like, I mean, this is a great problem to have for the Eagles, but it's a really bad problem to have if you're in fantasy. So again, guys, go with your gut on these questions too. I mean, no amount of matchups and numbers on paper are ever going to be better than what your eyeballs and what your subconscious is trying to tell you. So my rule of thumb I always give, and it's what I follow for myself. Would I rather, worst case scenario, would I rather lose with the guy that I wanted to start, or would I rather lose with the guy that someone else told me to start that I wasn't so sure about? I'd rather lose with the guy that I wanted to play, so I don't feel like I have to blame somebody. See what I'm saying? So yeah, Dallas Goedert, man, he's going to just be ruining Zach Ertz's fantasy manager's hearts. There you go. That's what I meant. And then Arsenal, who to pick up for Tampa Bay? Scotty Miller. Go after Scotty Miller. I have Chris Godwin in a lot of leagues. I've picked up Scotty Miller everywhere possible, even if I don't have Chris Godwin. He was targeted a lot. Excellent wide receiver, and Tom Brady looks like he's trusting him quite a bit. And Artie Hayes, you're welcome for the help. I hope it does help, my friend. Sayamoto, Mr. Moto, hi, friend. Are we playing this week? I don't know if we're playing this week. I haven't looked yet. And then let's see. Anything outside the top 4 running backs this season feels like a toss-up. It's true. But, that's fantasy football so far. I think things will level themselves out a little bit after week 4, but, we just got to hang on. It's a weird year. It's absolutely nuts. And then let's see. Big Gang 8. Let me put this up here for you, my friend. How much upside does Nyheim Hines have this week? More than someone like Carson against the New England defense? That is a really good question. Are we talking PPR here or standard, my friend? Because if it is PPR, I'm going to lean Nyheim Hines. If we're standard, I think I might go with Chris Carson. So let's just take a look here in PPR. All right, let's see. Yeah, all right. So Fantasy Pros likes Chris Carson no matter what. I don't hate it. The only reason I say Hines in PPR is because he looks like he's going to be an end zone target. But don't forget, Jonathan Taylor is there to take over from Marlon Mack. So this is not necessarily Hines season just because Mack is hurt. This is more Jonathan Taylor season. So Nyheim Hines is going to be involved in the passing game. And Phillip Rivers trusts him. So I don't hate starting Hines over Carson, but I think on the safe side, you should play Chris Carson. Get as much as you can out of him while he's healthy, and there will be volume there, I think. I mean, they're a pretty run-heavy offense as well, so I don't hate that. I would go Chris Carson, but nice pickup on Hines if you got him on waivers or if you drafted him. Very well done. Johan Karlstrom, hi. How are you? I hope you guys are doing well. And then let's see, Brohan Solo. Love the name. Okay, let me put this up here, Brohan. Would I play Marquise Brown or T.Y. Hilton? Ooh, man, you guys have such good questions. Let me confer here for a moment. Marquise Brown or T.Y. Hilton. Man, a lot of Colts questions. Not a problem, though. Let's see. All righty. I'm gonna say I like Marquise Brown, but I want to see a little bit more consistency out of him. If you have a chance to start T.Y. Hilton and possibly flex Marquise Brown, that might be something. And Marquise Brown, I think, can give you pretty high upside, but so can T.Y. Hilton. So Fantasy Pros has T.Y. Hilton 70% over Marquise Brown. Let's see what the fantasy footballers have to say. let's just see. T.Y. Hilton. I'm hoping for a Marquise Brown breakout year. I bet y'all are too. Well, if you have him on your team, I'm guessing. Okay, so this is going to be a gut check here because the fantasy footballers have Marquise Brown over T.Y. Hilton, but it's by very, very little. And the fantasy pros actually have T.Y. Hilton over Marquise Brown by a lot. So there's that. Because of the quarterback, I would lean Marquise Brown. And I think I like his ceiling just a hair more. But again, gut check. Those are two excellent starts. It's not like there's one right answer here. I think it's whatever your gut is telling you to go with. I'm going to lean Marquise Brown, though. So I'm really sorry. I hope that works out. I hate doing that because if I watch, okay, so just so y'all know, I watch all the games. Not only because I love fantasy football, but because I write about fantasy football and because I give you guys advice. So when I give advice that I think is good at the time, based on the matchups, based on numbers, based on research, and it is disastrous during the game or they don't hit like I thought they were, it kills me. I don't even have them on my team. It just kills me that I've given poor advice or I'm like, no, it didn't come to fruition. I've ruined somebody's fantasy day. It's like a thing. Like it's for real what we analysts go through when we give advice, for real. Just so you all know. It's very stressful. Alrighty. And then hold on. Oh, what? All right, Johan, you have Godwin. Who should you pick up? Godwin, go get Scotty Miller. If Scotty Miller is not available, pick up Anthony Miller for the Bears. I know this is probably going to be an Allen Robinson game because squeaky wheel gets the grease. I'm not necessarily sure if I agree with that, but I think it might happen. But Anthony Miller is a good addition to your team. But to pivot on the same team, go for Scotty Miller. And then let's see here with Tampa wide receiver. I got you. And then Angie, Derek Carr, Big Ben. I am not a big fan of Big Ben. Ooh, I don't like either of them. Dang it. Oh gosh, those are two hard ones. So that's funny. Eddie Munster. Angie, you make me laugh. All right, let's see. Derek Carr, I actually have Big Ben in quite a few leagues. I like how I could get him very late and I could get my studs rolling. Because 2018, he led the league in pass attempts, y'all. So I hope that happens again. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, so we're looking at about a 10-person rank difference between Ben Roethlisberger and Derek Carr. Derek Carr is going up against New Orleans. New Orleans Saints defense is very good. And I think they may be relying on Josh Jacobs at the goal line, so he may not be throwing a lot of touchdowns. Fantasy footballers say Ben Roethlisberger. I agree with that. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's going to be a tough matchup for him against Denver. But it is Ben Roethlisberger, and he's shaking off some rust. So there's that. So go Big Ben there, Angie. That's what I'm doing. We'll see. I have Daniel Jones, too. I haven't decided which one I want to play yet. Okay. And then, Johan, I hope I did answer your question there about Scotty Miller. John Bennett, how are you doing? Hey. And then what about the Ravens running back duo? Let me put this up here, John. The Ravens running back duo, this is super tough. Okay, my husband has J.K. Dobbins. I have Mark Ingram. This is very hard. So we have one game that we have a takeaway from, and it was a ton of volume to Mark Ingram and a ton of touchdowns to J.K. Dobbins. So what exactly happened? Because we all know J.K. Dobbins is good. We all know that Mark Ingram is really good. Did I say Andrews earlier? I meant Ingram. Anyway, this is going to be very difficult. It's almost impossible to start either one with any confidence until this volume kind of shakes itself out or the usage shakes itself out, because Mark Ingram got the volume over J.K. Dobbins, but J.K. Dobbins got the touchdowns. So were they just using J.K. Dobbins because they were ahead by 20 points and they didn't want to put the miles on their veteran running back? And so they're like, let's see what the rookie has because they've had no preseason games. I don't know. I have no idea. So keep your eye on that moving forward. It just really stinks if you have one of them in your lineup. The good news, though, is that they're both very good. So it's not like you have one that's crappy and one that's not. It's not like a Kalen Ballage situation, where he's absolutely terrible, yet somehow he gets touches. Thank you, Adam Gase, which is going to happen again. Thanks, Adam Gase. And thank you, Le'Veon Bell, for getting hurt and ruining my offseason article. Appreciate it. I know he did that on purpose, just to spite me. But yeah, that running back duo in Baltimore, tricky. Keep your eye on it. Doesn't suck, but it's actually does suck. Never mind. It sucks. My bad. All right, so let me get this one up here too. Bob, standard scoring league. Would I trade Chris Carson for Jonathan Taylor straight up? Yes. I don't have a problem doing that, especially in standard. Chris Carson does have an injury history. So there's that. Even though he does get the volume, there is that. But it is kind of a lateral move, to be completely honest. It is a lateral move. So what you're doing is you're preventing future injury issues, honestly. But no one can really predict injuries. Who's to say Jonathan Taylor won't get hurt? If you really, really want either Chris Carson, because I don't know which side of the trade you're on here. If you really want Chris Carson or you really want Jonathan Taylor, that's really what you're trading for is the name. They both are going to have volume. Chris Carson maybe a little bit more so than Jonathan Taylor, but Jonathan Taylor's younger and he's very explosive. So I would maybe wait and see a little bit, but it's kind of a lateral move there. But I do like both of them. And Chris Carson's healthy, so trade him now while you can, maybe, if that helps. And then let's see here. Hold on. I keep scrolling. This scrolls so fast on the comments, guys. I'm so sorry. So Hinch, how am I feeling about Miles Sanders this week? Really good. He is healthy, which is fantastic. So he will be getting a ton of volume. The Eagles couldn't get it done against the Washington football team, which is, if you would have told me that they were going to get beaten by Washington, the Eagles, I would have laughed and been like, you're wrong. Nope, they got crushed. Carson Wentz was sacked 8 times. That's bad. So if he gets involved in the passing game, or maybe help alleviate Carson Wentz a little bit, just give him someone to dump the ball off to, especially in PPR formats, he's going to do really well. I think they're going to experiment with this featured back role that everyone seems to think he's going to get, and it's not going to work. So you may be looking at another loss to the Rams, but you should see a ton of volume from Miles Sanders because they need people in the passing game. So I feel good about him. Start him. He's fully healthy. Go for it. I like it. And then Brohan, you love it. It's for your flex. That's the way I was going anyways. Just needed the reassurance. Perfect. I'm glad I'm here to help. That's what I'm here for. Now, if it's wrong, it's your fault. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm kidding. I'll take the blame if you need me to. Tear. All right. Gregory. What's up, Gregory Scalise, my buddy? Let's see. And he's actually talking to Johan here. Thank you guys so much for talking with each other. I love it. I love it. I love it. And here I am just flying through this scrolling thing. I have to like millimeters at a time. All right. I know, John, it's so hard. I mean, especially with no preseason, like I didn't realize how much I missed preseason until we didn't have a preseason. Ugh. And then John Bennett, you're benching both of them because of uncertainty. I don't blame you. You know, Matthew Berry said the same thing. He's the fantasy god at ESPN, and he said the same thing. It's nearly impossible to start either of these guys until you know better. And then you have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Taylor, and Mixon in. Love Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Love Jonathan Taylor. And I don't love Joe Mixon. I first of all just don't like him as a person. Let me just go ahead and put that up there. I know he paid his dues, guys. I get it. I'm still bitter. I'll never forget that video. And frankly, I don't think he's remorseful enough, but that's just me. It's a personal opinion. And by all means, nobody has to think like I do, 100%. But Mixon also is bad. He looked bad. He fumbled. He's running into the back of people's butts. It's the offensive line for the Bengals is bad. I mean, he's got a lot of things working against him. That when he has a really good game, John, I would recommend trading him away. Don't try it now. His value is too low. But when he has a good game, maybe look to get some other pieces for Mixon if you have any takers. But when you roster Joe Mixon every year, it's hard. And every year he's disappointing. And he has really big games every once in a while, which just gives you that little glimmer of hope that like, yes, this is the guy I drafted. And it's the last 4 games of the season, which may win you your league, which is fantastic. But he goes way too high, in my opinion. But that would be my word of advice. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire, well done. Jonathan Taylor, also well done. Love it. Love it. Love it. And it's your keeper league. Fantastic. That's awesome, Bob. I love that. Okay. You are the Carson owner and you want to get John. Okay. Yeah. Okay. For a keeper league. Yeah. Then I would consider trading Chris Carson for Jonathan Taylor in a keeper league for sure. I like that. I like that move a lot. Okay. I am going to attempt to try to share my screen here. This is going to be the first time I've done it. So we'll see if this works. I have no idea. We're going to do, we're going to do a Chrome tab. No. Yeah. No. Maybe. Hold on. Let's see if this is it. Yay. Here it is. And of course, it's impossible to read. That's okay. I'll get it a little bit more bright for next time. All right. I'm going to go ahead and hide that one from you. So we have this whole screen. All right, guys, some injury updates. This is not an exhaustive list, but it is kind of enough to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. And this may not be up to date. I looked at it about an hour before I came on. So Chris Godwin is limited. Yay. At least he's not considered out. I don't know. Still go for Scotty Miller. Just do the pivot unless he's absolutely starting. Pivot to Scotty Miller. Devontae Parker, questionable. That sucks. Go for Preston Williams if you have a chance to pick up Preston Williams. I like him better anyway. Cortland Sutton, again, irritating. Game time decision. Yuck. Jerry Jeudy would be a good pivot on that one as well. Amari Cooper's healthy. He's expected to play. That's always good news. Jamison Crowder for the Jets. He is out. Just so you guys know. As far as I know, he was out. So this is all coming from the sleeper stuff. So always double check me there, but he's out. Real quick here, let me answer a question. E-Man, would I trade Dobbins for Galladay? I got Dobbins, McCaffrey, Connor, Montgomery, Snell, non-PPR. Yeah, I would. Especially if you need good wide receivers. Absolutely, I would trade Dobbins for Galladay. Galladay is an elite wide receiver. So, yeah, go for it. I like it. All right. Unfortunately, for everyone who spent very high draft capital on George Kittle, he's out, knee injury, but at least you know now, so you can just get that done and out of the way. Let's see. Michael Thomas, doubtful. This is really irritating because they play on Monday, I think. And I would pivot away. If you want to play it safe, pivot away. If you have Traquan Smith or Emmanuel Sanders on your roster and you just want to take the chance that maybe Michael Thomas plays or maybe he doesn't play. I don't know. I hate that. I wish they would just tell us if they're going to play when they play on Monday. They do not keep us fantasy people in their minds when they make these silly decisions they haven't made yet. But Michael Thomas is doubtful, guys. Have your plans ready. Have your plans ready. All right. Michael Pittman, questionable. Sucks. Rookie, phenom who's supposed to be blowing up. He's hurt. Henry Ruggs also did not practice on Thursday. Kenny Galladay ruled out. Philip Lindsay ruled out. I have Kenny Galladay in here twice. Sorry about that. So again, this is not an exhaustive list of people. So hold on, let me get that back here. Not an exhaustive list of injuries, but they're there. If you guys need really, really fast, fantasy news, hype, injury updates, download Sleeper. That's what I use. It's on my phone. I have it all the time. I look at it daily. I use it for my article help, everything. Love Sleeper a lot. No, they're not a sponsor. So I'm just telling you, this is the resources that I use. But I'm going to let you guys get back to enjoying your amazing Friday. I hope it's as wonderful as mine has been so far today. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining me. It has been an absolute pleasure, as always. So wonderful to see some new faces. So wonderful to see some old faces. Old as in, I know you, not as in age. But thank you guys again for joining me. And my name is Lauren. You guys can find me on social media at Stepmom Lauren. Way more responsive on Twitter. You guys can find all my work, which is for the fantasy footballers, fantasy pros, and Roto World on my website at stepmomlauren.com. Come ask me some questions. If I missed your questions, hit me up on Twitter. And remember, be good to each other. This is a weird year, weird world, but we can make it all better if we're kind. Do unto others, as they say. But enjoy your weekend. Everybody stay safe and have a good one.